Hey everyone, what's cool? I know this may seem a little bit strange out of the blue, but I kind of wanted to make a quick video, talking about a certain, what I call this a feature, I guess, but I wanted to talk about what people have been doing in rank lately, and kind of what's going to be somewhat the killer of this game, like this beautiful game that people have been waiting for years to come out, and I don't want this game to die, personally. I love this game too much. It's phenomenal. Everything about it, like, that we've dreamed of like Budokai Tenkaichi 3 or Raging Blast era, it's all here. And it's amazing to play. But sometimes some people exploit those things. Like, I don't want to, like, call anybody out, but if I had to, I'm gonna just say the people above here, right? Because currently, right now, I'm top 29, as you could obviously see. Some of these players I fought plenty of different times. Like, I'll admit, Dark Fairy, I fought this guy before. Phenomenal player. Don't get me wrong, he does play MUI Goku, but at the same time, like, he does not do no cheese, none like that. Outside of playing the character. But even still, he has my respect. Compared to some of these other guys, like, for example, the #1 player, right? You would assume that he would be cracked, right? He'd be god tier at everything, right? Countering, super countering, dodging, all that stuff, right? No, you couldn't be far more wrong if you tried.
Wow, everybody's here.
Like, what he does is some of the most cheese thing I've ever seen.
Go on.
He uses Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, like one of the strongest characters in the entire game by far. And he already having some of the best stats possible, picking that like such a strong character, but he also relies on like some of the most craziest craziest tactics, as in the Ki Blast spam. And I just want to come out and say that, like, if people keep doing this, like, this will legit be the game's killer. Like, it's already, like, you know, crazy as it is sometimes when people are just going back and forth with each other with like vanish battles. Like, don't get me wrong, like him, like, okay, the first week, it was awesome. But after, you know, couple of weeks by, it's kind of like, okay, well, everyone just knows how to do this on command. But all I'm saying is that, you know, people who just rely on this Ki Blast, like spam, I'm going to be honest, you are not good at the game. If you rely on this and genuinely think that you are good, you are just not. You could say it's hate, you could say I'm just like, oh, man, man, why you talking like that, bro? Like, you act like it's not in the game. Well, I know it's in the game, and obviously, like, you know, it's a part of it. But it was not meant to be exploited like this. Like, Ki Blasts, they're not. Okay, for all of your fights you have against people, right? There's no way you would think that a game like this would just turn into this all game. Like, nobody wants to play like that. Or, like, no one wants to play against that. Like, that'd be the easiest way to get everybody who was interested about Sparking Zero to be like, nah, I think I'm good. I'll pass. Like, the game looked fun, but after seeing this, yeah, nah, I'm good. And then people will use, like, characters like Z Broly, Kefla, or, I guess, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in this case, or Beerus as well. They'll use characters that have either unblockables, or do a crap ton of damage, or have ultimates that are just so fast that you can't really react to them. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it can be extremely annoying battling people like that. But, like, here's my thing. That's not the only cheese in this game. There's a lot of cheese, sadly. And I kind of wish people wouldn't abuse all of it, but they just do. There's the Ki Blast spam that we all know about. Hopefully it gets nerfed or somewhat toned down. Truth be told, I don't want anything really to get too nerfed in this game. Like, some things maybe do need a little bit of tinkering, like after image strike. But outside of that, I mean, I have no real problem with anything else in this game. But it's the players, really. Players find a way to abuse something and, like, just completely exploit it, making it like the worst thing possible you could fight against. Like, for example, Z Broly, Ki Blast spam, or another big thing is Galactic Donut with Gotenks and Super Boo. So for those who don't know, Gotenks and Super Buu, they have an ability, yeah, Galactic Donut. And it's kind of similar to MUI Goku. What it is that it's an ability you pop. It has an animation just like anything else in this game, just about. And you're immediately in front of them. Compared to everybody else that has like a charge, right? Like, okay, for example, Gogeta. See that? It's a charge. I'm legit heading towards you. I'm not going to immediately appear right in front of you. But Galactic Donut is a little different. It's similar to MUI Goku's, like, you know, ability. I can't remember what it's called, but basically, instead of it being like a dash, well, instead of it being a dash, it's a blast or some sort. But I could pop it from right here, and it'll kind of like close the distance immediately, like halfway. It'll probably be right here. Well, not exactly, but if someone's like right in front of you, you have kind of no chance to get out of it. You can vanish it, but it's unblockable. You can't block it. You can pop Wild Sense though. I've figured that out. I've done a lot of testing against certain abilities and other things like that of that sort. So like find a way to get past it, you know? Because obviously, you know, if I'm going to be playing ranked, I know people are going to be running stuff that's not exactly fun to verse. Or just abusing something that shouldn't be in the game. So what are some ways I can get past it? So after doing some testing, yeah, no, I figured out that you can do Wild Sense to get out of that situation, but you can't do anything related to like perception counters with Wild Sense on. If you do this, like hold perception counter, it'll get past it. As in, like, it will completely ignore the fact that you have Wild Sense on, and it will hit you no matter what. But all I'm trying to say is that people who exploit these type of abilities and clearly know for a fact that if they try to play somebody who's good at the game naturally and knows how to get past all that, they are ass. Like they are not good at the game by far. Like I'm not trying to like, you know, shoot my shot to anybody saying like, you know, man, I don't see how people have fun playing like that or anything like that, right? I'm not trying to say anything negative. I'm just like about anybody in particular. This is like for a lot of players. I'm not trying to point anybody out because there are so many things people have been finding out recently how to do. Like, you know, for example, this the slide tactic is another thing you could do related to this, but I don't know how to do it exactly because I just don't want to learn how to do that because it's cheese. What they do is just consistently swipe your feet, right? I think up to like 3 times, and then they'll actually do like a combo into it, which does a crap ton of damage. You really can't get out of it, and the only way to get out is to either super counter at the right time or do a revenge counter. But as I said, man, like for beginners, if I fought against something like that, right, as a new player, I would want to leave. I would not want to sit around just like have no way at all of like getting out of the situation. Like I'm pretty sure all you do, if I'm not mistaken, is you go up to somebody, you slide, and then you back up, go back into it, slide again. It's like something similar to that. But me personally, I try to stay away from cheese. Now I understand if like I don't know, you're playing against Super Vegito and he has After Image Strike on. That's a different story. That character literally has an ability that allows you to put down the controller and the game plays itself. Having an automatic dodge for like what? 20 seconds? It feels like 40 when you're playing against her. But I digress. That's different. You can spam key all you want because, I mean, what are they going to be doing with After Image Strike on? Spamming, like mashing buttons. Literally, just mashing it. Because no matter what, they'll have the advantage. Unless you have an unblockable. That's the only thing After Image Strike can't really do anything about. Explosive Wave, that doesn't even work against it. Vegito, like this. Yeah, I'm positive you all seen videos of Vegito like just vanishing everything relating to like a Explosive Wave from Kefla or Super Gogeta or Raccoon, anything similar to that. But when it comes to unblockables, as I said, After Image Strike has limits. There are some things that it can't get past. Key Blast is one of them. Grabbing is one of them. And then unblockables is one of them. Along with this like down kick. Like as long as you you know, do certain like test things out, you can find out things that like, you know, you can't really get out of. But yeah, man, I just hope this video helps people who have a hard time against certain things in the game related to like people cheesing you by using certain characters like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta or MUI Goku or Z Broly, anything related to that. Like, it's already bad enough playing against it, but please, man, like, respectfully, do not, or at least try to limit yourself, you know what I mean? Like, try to limit yourself to just doing stuff like this with such overpowered characters. Like, I get it. Obviously, I've been there before where, like, I played for, like, the whole day, and I've done nothing but fight people who play cheese. And it's like, I'm getting real sick and tired of this, right? Like, I know it gets under your skin. I get it. Trust me, I do. But don't do it, man. Don't become what you hate. Because, like, if someone did this to you, obviously you feel some type of way. So why would you do this to somebody else that's actually trying to play the game? But I digress now. Either way, yeah, I hope this video at least, like, you know, can finally have people see that, like, yeah, I see where he's getting at. People like me, who have been waiting for this game for years, to finally get my hands on it, and then to fight people who just play broken characters for one. Which, understandable, everyone has their favorites. But I shouldn't try to cheese them, you know? I shouldn't try to do anything related to key blast spam. Or anything related to, like, you know, the side sweep spam or unblockables or anything related to the such, you know what I mean? Like, at least show them that you do belong in the whatever rank you belong in, right? Like S rank or Z rank or A rank, anything related to that. Show them the difference between with combos. Or, like, you know, what you know and what you've learned. Like super countering, like, okay, don't get me wrong, super countering is still probably, I want to say, the most skillful thing you can learn in this game. But yeah, man, I digress. Either way, I really do hope people stop doing this and actually start playing the game how it's meant to be played.